Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Liam Rose. I'm an author, mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician and activist. In the Christopher Liam Rose Ministry podcast, I've been sharing this podcast to inspire humanity to learn about Jesus Christ, Jehovah and Buddha. I've been sharing the Christopher Liam Rose Ministry podcast to inspire humanity to learn about faith, spirituality, fate and religion. I've been sharing the Christopher Liam Rose Ministry podcast to inspire humanity to connect to faith and spirituality and build their own relationship with Jesus Christ, Jehovah and Buddha. Now within this podcast and audio, we're going to be sharing a scripture from the Genesis book within the Bible, and we've been reading scriptures from the Genesis book within the Bible. So the scripture and the sermon and the message we're going to share today in the audio and podcast is Genesis chapter 9 verse 24, and it says, "And Noah woke up from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him." So we can see in this scripture that Shawah and Setheth basically supported their father Noah when he was drunk, drinking wine, and supported him and cared for their father, because Noah was drinking a lot of wine. He was drinking wine in the vineyard, and he needed his son's support to help him from his nakedness and his drunkenness. So we can see in this scripture that Noah needed his son's support. So one thing about the importance of having children when you're a parent is that your children are meant to look after the parents when they get older and when they do mistakes or have challenging situations that happen in their life. So we can see that Shem and Setheth obviously supported their father Noah in his drunkenness and his wine and his drunkenness. So obviously his sons were supporting their father. So it's also important to realize as well within faith, spirituality, faith and religion that Jesus Christ, Jehovah and Buddha wants us to basically build our relationship with our parents, be true to our parents, be honorable to our parents and help them in what they're going through. And also a message about like how Noah's younger sons, Shem and Setheth, supported Noah. It's important to know that helping other people is very important as well, especially when people are making mistakes and doing things that are wrong. So it's so important to realize that no matter who the individual is or the person is, forgiveness can be done, because we can see in the scriptures that Noah's children forgave their son even though he was naked and drunkard and was drinking wine. So the support of his children really helped him in that situation. So always be faithful to your parents, always be honorable to your parents, especially your mother and father, and do what's right for them and help them when they need support and help. And also as children, we need to make sure we live our lives as connected to Jesus Christ, Jehovah and Buddha in faith, spirituality, faith and religion, and continue to do the work that's very important to us in faith and in ministry and in Christianity and spirituality. So just remember that Noah obviously awoke from his wine and knew what his younger sons had done unto him. So they supported their father in his nakedness and his drunkenness. And obviously Noah now understands that his children really love him and care about him, which is very, very important when you're a parent. You want your children to be there for you, to guide you and support you. So thank you for listening to the sermon. Thank you for listening now. Take care now. Have a good day. Bye bye. Thanks.